One of our community members DM me saying that he's been stacking up for the past 11 months and now he is ready to make some money. So I decided to make a list of all the best coins that I'm looking at for the long term, midterm, and also short term for those of you guys that have been stacking up and you are ready to approach this time of the market. In my opinion, I think this is the best time to invest. And if you've been following this channel for a while, you know that we make money. We're not always right, but when we are, we win big. Now, the first project that I've decided to look at is Brett. Now, we've all probably heard about Brett, but in my opinion, I don't think people see just how big this thing is going to get. If we have a look at the 4 hour, right, we'll be able to see that the all-time high for Brett is all the way up here at about 20 cents. And in my opinion, we're going to go a lot higher. Remember, Dogecoin went to 80 billion because Elon Musk went on Saturday Night Live. And most of the time, when we have a look at portfolios, when we're actually building a long-term portfolio, we need to understand that this thing is something which we are going to put size into, and we are going to wait long-term for this thing. So we don't mind if it takes 3 all the way to 6 months to make money. Remember, we can still make money on the short-term bags, which I'm going to show you very, very soon, and how to make money in the short term. But for the long term, these are things which you want to feel safe on. You want to make safe bets on ecosystems as a whole to know that if money comes into that ecosystem, your bags are going to pump. So if the short-term bags and the narrative changes and this narrative changes and that narrative changes and you're getting wrecked left, right, and center, you still have something safe long-term to make money, right? And in my opinion, I like to have at least 45% of my holdings in these long-term bags because I know that if I have a big bag of Solana in these tokens or Ethereum on the base chain, for example, etc., that these tokens are actually outperforming my Solana bag. So for example, let's say Sol, right, in my opinion, goes to, $1,000. Well, Sol right now is at $200, right? So that is a 5x. So if Solana, just holding Solana, is going to 5x, I need to find tokens that long-term minimum can do 10 or 20x. So in my opinion, all of these tokens over here, inside of the long-term amount, can do minimum 10 or 20x. And you're saying, yeah, well, how can Brett go to $10 billion market cap? Guys, Dogecoin went to $80 billion market cap, right? Brett can do a 10x minimum. And 10x with size is what we want to see. 10x on, for you, it might be $2,000 to $5,000. Or for other people, it might be 50K to 100K or more. So Brett makes sense. Next, we have lock-in. Now, lock-in, I actually want to go more into detail with it than Brett. We all know Brett, especially if you've been in the space for a long time. It's not hard to spot. If you don't know Brett, it's a very, very big project. But look at the price action right now on lock-in. I'm telling you, this thing is going a lot higher. And it's only a $100 million market cap. Remember, people look for these types of projects to push up into the billions, start listing on Binance, start listing on all these other exchanges. These are the types of plays you want to have a look at. The ones where it's very, very quiet right now. If you look at all the big KOLs, they're not speaking about it. But if you look at all the people in the trenches, they know about locking. And it's something which you need to be dialing in and locking in on, the key is in the word, and getting involved because it's a culture type of token. It's been around for a long time. If you notice that this whole entire list, all of these tokens have been around for a few months regardless of Doge, right? Because obviously Doge, I'll get into the reason why I think that's going to do well shortly. But these have been around for a long time. So it's had time to build community. The volume has only increased, which is very, very important. You can see the volume over here is actually the highest it's ever been, and we are above all-time high. Very, very, very important, right? These are the types of ones you want to get involved in. You can see right now, even people are running advertisements for these types of tokens, like culture tokens and stuff like that. These types of tokens do much better. And again, it can go much higher. It can still do 10 or 20x. Yes, these types of tokens can go into the billions. And billions with size, remember, 45% of the portfolio, 2 to 5K. That's what we want to be seeing. Tokens which we can actually cash out. You might make 50K on a 100K market cap meme coin, but you're not going to be able to cash out, right? Next is Sundog. So the reason why I like Sundog is, again, because we want to have exposure to all these ecosystems. You see, we have base chain, the biggest meme on base chain. We have Solana, possibly the next 50 to 100x on Solana, right? We have Sundog, right? One of the biggest, most utility coins on Tron. So if Tron starts popping off again, we don't have to worry and start aping random memes, right? We can just ape into Sundog and we can make money on it. Next, obviously, we have culture tokens over here, which I'm going to get into again. Way, way, way smaller, this one as well. This one's only a $3 million market cap right now. But again, lock-in's at 100 million, right? So let me explain Sundog. So if you have a look over here, you'll see again. First, we want to outperform Solana. But what about Tron? What about narratives? The way money works is you have your BTC, which will pop off first. And we've all seen the thing where it says, you know, BTC altcoins and that type of diagram. If you haven't seen it, it's like a big diagram. It says, okay, the money's going to flow into Bitcoin first, then altcoins, etc. In my opinion, that's not how this cycle is going to work. In my opinion, here's how it goes. You have BTC, then you have your layer ones. Now, your layer ones are already pumping. If we have a look at Solana, Solana is at all-time high, basically, right? It's literally ripping all the way to all-time high. ETH right now, ETH's pumping as well, right? ETH is also pumping. Okay, so your layer ones are already going. Right now, already, at the time of recording this video on the 8th of November, and I'll show you the market later on, you can see things like BTC absolutely taking off. You can see things like Solana as well, also absolutely taking off. I'll show you guys over here. Radium, taking off. That's a DEX, obviously. I want to pull up the Solana chart and show you guys this as well. You can see Solana right now, again, also taking off. So your layer ones are already going. Like in real time, you can see, and it's showing strength. Like this isn't, if you look at the last time we came to these levels here, this was very weak. We came up to these levels, we rejected, right? We came up to this level over here, again, we rejected. This time when we have broken out with strength. And if we pull back, right, it's going to be pulling back to support. So we're going to be turning resistance into support, and that is strength on the market. That is strength on the stronger layer ones, which means that this theory, this money flow, right, if you can imagine this as, I don't even know how to draw it, right, but imagine this as like a water stream, right, this being the money's flowing into BTC already. BTC is already at all-time high, okay. Next, obviously, we have all the layer ones. Next, in my opinion, is the 100 mil to, let's say, the 20 mil meme coins, right? The larger market cap meme coins. Utility, yeah, some utility projects will do well, but we want meme utility. We don't want VC utility. This is what's super important. And that's the reason why I decided to select Sundog, because if we see money flow into the Tron meme coin market, and we see on things like Bullex, which I'll show you guys later, that everything is starting to integrate with Tron because Justin Sun has a lot of money. Instead of aping all the Tron memes, we get instant exposure to one of the biggest utility memes out there, right? We can see Sundog right now, again, tiny, right? Tiny, 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 at a beautiful entry. You don't want to be like, everybody's aping up here. When the money's inside of the ecosystem, you want to be thinking ahead, while everybody right now is chasing different meme coins, and everybody's buying the tops and buying the breakouts. Like people are buying Dogecoin right now. Yes, a decent investment, probably going to do well. But in my opinion, I'd rather be ahead of the market and placing my bets, because I think that people have short-term memories. As soon as this chart goes up, everybody's like, okay, what's the biggest Tron meme? Downloading Sundog Trading Bot, trading on Sundog Trading Bot, giving them crazy amounts of volume. And this, again, this type of token here deserves to be in the billions. BonkBot is its nearest competitor. If we have a look at BonkBot, okay, Bonk, you can see BonkBot is a $1.6 billion market cap. Sundog is only 141 million. So you need to change your mindset if you're somebody brand new to being able to understand how big this market can get. These types of markets are trillions of dollars, and they're only going to get bigger as the whole entire crypto market grows to as big as a traditional finance market. All these TradFi guys, remember, they're getting the money in through the ETFs. Sooner or later, they're going to say, oh, why don't I just log into a DEX and try and mess about with Tron? Why don't I start flying around and attending these crypto events? TradFi is coming into the meme coin space. And when they do, a lot of these memes are going to go absolutely parabolic, okay? So it's important that we have exposure to all ecosystems. And Tron, the best one on Tron, in my opinion, is Sundog. Obviously, you could go with another Brett call as well, but in my opinion, I would rather go with Sundog because Sundog is one of those like utility plays. So I think it's an easier, safer bet for a long-term bag with larger size, okay? Next one is Real. Now, Real is a culture token. It's a lot smaller than a lot of the other culture tokens, but you can see it's kind of running on that TCAT vibe, if you follow my channel for a while, or that SPX 6900 vibe, where you have a long-term token. You can see this token has been around for over 144 days. And you have multiple 70% or more pullbacks. See, this came down 98%. Again, this comes down 77%. You need this. You need distribution. You need the people that got in here to get out up here and spread the wealth around and spread the token supply. Then you need people to sell the bottom over here, to jeet this, to go and buy new memes and to go and get wrecked again. And then you need them to buy the top again and then get wrecked again, because this distributes tokens. Imagine you have all the money and then slowly you start spreading it out. That increases the strength of the token. It's the reason why Dogecoin is so strong. If you didn't know, Dogecoin, you could mine it from your laptop. Anybody could do it, which made the distribution of the supply of Dogecoin strong, which makes the token itself strong. If you have a token where it just pumps to Valhalla, that is a rug pull. That is a honeypot. That doesn't even exist. All tokens which perform well have multiple pullbacks. This is what you want to see. But the main thing is you want to see the mini pumps. When you see the mini pumps, it means people are still interested and it's still running, right? Let's pull back SPX 6900 to the early days, right? Remember, this is an $800 million market cap coin, guys, right? The early days, as you can see, multiple pullbacks over here, again over here, again over here, again over here. I guarantee you guys, somebody sold the bottom. This is real people selling here, guys. And then we pumped all the way to Valhalla. And these dumps over here, 84%, 92%, 95%, 69%, 81%. But it doesn't matter because if we keep zooming up over here, it's absolutely ridiculous. You can see the overall pump up here is 7,464%. So it doesn't matter if you was down 99%, because after that your bag's pumped 7,000%, guys. This is the power of the crypto market. Number one, it's the reason why you always need to leave a moon bag. And number two, it's the reason why you look for these memes which have multiple distributions. People, I guarantee you, were coming into the chat during this thing saying, oh, chart's dead, chart's wrecked, guys, forget about this thing, they don't believe in it. They cheated this at a loss. How many people do you reckon sold this at a loss over here, right? And lost every single penny of what they was making, right? You don't want to be like that. You want to be the person who's accumulating. You want to be the person who manages to secure the bag and hold during this stage, okay? Next, another project which I'm looking at is Degen. This one, in my opinion, is going on to Coinbase. In my opinion, I think that this project is one of the strongest projects on base chain. I think it's a minimum 10, 20x again. And that's the reason why it's in my long-term portfolio. It's the reason why I've decided to literally hold this thing for the long term. It's my exposure to the base chain ecosystem, because if we have a look on X, Brian Armstrong follows these guys. Brian Armstrong also responds to these guys on Twitter and communicates with them. And they are also followed by people like Dustin Poirier, as you can see over here, right? This is the types of posts that you want to see. And again, it's another culture token. We've all heard the phrase, oh, he's got that dog in him, right? That's the type of things that we want to be looking for, right? Let me see if I can show it here, if I even follow Brian Armstrong as well. Oh, also, Anson follows him as well. Yeah, Jesse Park as well. Jesse Park over here as well. So look, this token here is an absolute sleeper. And it's the reason why I put it inside of this portfolio. It's only a $20 million market cap. Again, multiple huge pullbacks. Now it's showing strength. The chart is, the chart's proper, right? The chart is literally following, like, for example, if I was to chart a token, and I hate charting meme coins, right? But if I was to chart this, you look for resistance, past points where we struggle to break, turning into support, no longer breaking down, starting to rebound from those levels. And you can see I drew this literally perfectly, and now again we're following this thing perfectly, right? The thing is when these memes pump, They're so volatile. Like in days, you just see ridiculous green candles because people start FOMOing in. You don't want to be FOMOing. You want to be buying and accumulating at points where you can actually get in. Guys, once this token gets up here, there's no point buying it. Once it gets up to 50 million or 100 million, there's no point. Your entries are right now. It's the reason why this type of video is so important, that you lock in and study the means which I'm talking about. Next, another one is Flopper. So the reason why I'm bullish on Flopper, again, is because that base chain ecosystem. You see, this one's only 6.7 million. It's very, very small. It's another culture type of token inside of the base chain. And it's also one where, again, you can see the structure of the chart is very, very similar. All these good tokens look the same. But I'm telling you, not every chart looks the same. If you look at Toad, for example, you'll see Toad's not looking as strong as Flopper. Right? It's actually kind of hard to find these types of tokens, okay? Next, TCAT. TCAT has the exact same thing as SPX in the early days. You can see this is one of the things I was speaking about. You have red, then you have the pumps. I'm trying to show you over here. You have a pump. Okay, you have obviously initial pump on day one. Then again, the next pump is coming over here as again. So you're seeing these things where you have high volume distribution, people G the bag, high volume distribution, people G the bag, high volume again. And each and every time this floor gets higher, because there will be people that have bought, and including me, around these levels over here, around these 20, $30 million market cap ranges, which ain't interested in selling at break even. They want to sell at 5 or 10x, right? And then there's people here that sell at a loss. So you get distribution in supply, and that builds the strength of the token long term. And in terms of exposure, as you can see, the only long-term ton project, in my opinion, is TCAT. If you compare it to any other meme, including Redo on the ton chain, it's the most bullish. If you look at Brett is crash. That's it. That's his main call. Yes, he does side plays. When you look at TCAT, my channel is all about TCAT. It's my main play. Yes, I also do side plays, but the strongest play in my portfolio is going to be TCAT on the ton chain, okay? Next, it is Doge, Department of Government Efficiency. Now, this one is very, very risky. It's the riskiest token, in my opinion, out of the long-term holdings. But when I start to break down how we're going to actually look at this portfolio as a whole and change our investing mindset, you're going to see and understand why I think these tokens are going to do well. You want to have exposure to Dogecoin. If you can't afford right now to buy 100 grand, 200 grand of Dogecoin, or you don't want to be risky, I'll show you again in a minute, on leverage trading, then in my opinion, you choose a meme and you choose a risky meme. And in my opinion, Doge, Department of Government Efficiency on Uniswap, is also a good one. You can also get, Doge on Solana, but the thing is, Doge on Solana, there's a lot of farms. In my opinion, I'll go with the Ethereum pair just to stay secure. You can see volume right now. Yes, it is low. However, the chart is one of the strongest Doge charts ever. In fact, we can compare it to, let's see if there's the Doge on Solana. I don't even know if it's even still around anymore. The Doge one on Solana, Department of Government Efficiency. This one, yeah, you can see market cap's only 150k, right? The market cap of this other one is 165. Okay, this one's 18k, right? So unless I am wrong, in my opinion, this is the strongest Doge there is on the Ethereum chain. And the inauguration date for President Trump isn't until the 20th of January 2025. In my opinion, this will be the time when the market actually tops out. But you will see Doge and other memes start to rally into this date. Remember, before the election, it wasn't guaranteed that Trump will get elected, right? We didn't know if he was going to get elected or if he didn't. All we knew was that there is a chance that he can, but it can still be rigged. Remember, a lot of people were like, okay, it's rigged. They were super stuck in that mindset of negative stuff. We didn't think this on this channel. I said this on the live stream. I'll say it again. We are on the correct timeline. However, into January, it is guaranteed that Trump is going to have his inauguration. What does that mean? Markets will price this in. Before the date of January, the markets will price in Trump's election. BTC is going to be at 80, 90k or something ridiculous. Solana is going to be going absolutely crazy. All the Trump memes will come back. And then when he gets elected, boom, that's when we start to see the pullback, because it is priced in, and we trap the people who come in late and who can't think longer than 3 to 6 months. This happened on the ETF dates, right? When ETF got kicked in, what happened? The markets came down. Why? Because we knew and it was guaranteed that BlackRock would win the ETFs. They had a 98% success rate. So what did people do? Everybody started bidding in, buying BTC, long in BTC. We had huge crazy pumps all the way up to all-time high. And then what happened on these dates? Boom, ETFs come in, everyone at the market comes down. Everybody who came in and thought, right, we're going to make it. ETFs finally here. It's 100% guaranteed. Then they buy. You don't make money. You make money in this game when you spot the calendar. So when you look at the calendar and you see, okay, a specific date, let's say, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example with Dogecoin. We knew Saturday Night Live, what was it, SNL, right? Saturday Night Live, right? So you buy Doge before Saturday Night Live, you short it after Saturday Night Live because that is the momentum, right? If you don't believe me, let's have a look at the chart, right? We go over to Dogecoin. Let's have a look at its highest point. You can see its highest point, $80 billion, because Elon Musk appeared on Saturday Night Live. And on the day of him appearing, Doge gets wrecked. That's how these markets work. They are forward thinking. It has to be priced in before the moment. This is how the market, not as crazy as this, but this is how the market is going to look and how it's going to feel on the day of the inauguration. The reason why we pumped instead of dumping when Trump got elected is simple. People didn't think he was going to win. A lot of people, proven by the shorts, proven by the 100 million short that got wrecked, they thought, and smart, rich people, he wouldn't get elected. Even till now, people are still shorting the market. There was like a $20 million short liquidated today, today in my time. So that's how it is. That's what you should expect. And that's the reason why we think ahead and we bid these types of memes like Doge, right? Again, if you can have exposure to it, if you want to trade, I prefer to trade the actual Dogecoin. But in terms of the questions and stuff like that I'm getting from the community, you need to have some type of Dogecoin bag. Another type of bag that you can have in your long-term one is Omnom. This is a meme coin on Doge. So this is the mini Doge on Doge chain. And you can actually see when Dogecoin also rips, you have crazy rips like this in Omnom as well. So it is possible that you get this one. I personally bought like 5 to 10K just to have exposure because I have a big bag of Dogecoin. But I'd rather have leveraged exposure as well to Omnom because, for example, this could do let's say Dogecoin goes let's say Dogecoin goes to $1, right? Crazy. Back to all-time high, passes all-time high, goes all the way to $1. Well, how big do you reckon Omnom's going to go? Omnom's probably going to do 20, 30x. So if I've got 10K in Omnom, right? So I'll give you an example. What price is Dogecoin at? Let's actually break it down. Dogecoin is at 20 cents. So if it goes to $1, that's a 5x, right? So if I've got 10K in, obviously it's going to go to 50K, right? Which is great. That's a crazy gain. That's $40,000 made, right? But if I have 10K in Omnom and Dogecoin goes all the way to $1 and it does a 20x, my 10K is 200K, right? So it's a leverage. It's what's called a leverage position, right? It's a leverage position on Dogecoin because if Dogecoin pumps, this thing also pumps too. The chart looks the same, but because of the market cap, it's pumped a lot higher. And again, not a lot of people can afford Doge. In my opinion, Doge is like a trader's play. It's a big boy's play. You want to play it, you put 100, 200 grand. I put 200 grand into Doge because I'm like, okay, if it does a 5x, I made a mil. Right, but I also put 10K in because I was like, okay, I can make an extra 20%. If like on my overall bags, because obviously a mil, 200K on this. So it makes sense, right? Now, in my opinion, okay, when it comes to these types of leverage plays, you also want to have exposure on the trading side, right? Because as you can see over here, you can see I've took a lot of trades on this market. You can see Ethereum, I'm up $13,000. Gala, only like $76. This is like a market trade, so I can see the price. Polkadot, I'm up about $3.9 thousand. You can also see Sand, I'm up about $400. AVAX, 1.7K. I'm going to start to scale into AVAX once gaming season comes. Remember, we're speaking about cycles. So I understand that BTC, layer ones, meme coins, but also people are going to start gambling on gaming again. Gaming is going to come back. When you look at cycles, the early part of the cycle tells you exactly what's going to happen in the late stage of the cycle. That means forget about your DeFi right now. Gaming, AI, RWA, right? Next is GRT. Okay, GRT just because the chart looks nice. Solana at 3.1k. I got Beam, Jupiter. Obviously, Jupiter is very, very good. Shout out Meow. Radium at about 11k, and Nero at about break even. This one is not about break even. It's down like 50%, $2,000. For this one's being like, there's a lot of manipulation, but again, it's just a retest. I think Nero does very, very well. If we look at the all-time high for this one, you're talking about 92% on 15x leverage. It's very, very, very nice play. When ETH pumps, the ETH memes will pump as well. So when it comes to your long-term bags, if you can, right, I would also choose low leverage, very low leverage, talking 3 to 5x. 5x, that's a terrible thing. There you go. 3 to 5x leverage on plays as well. If you need non-KYC exchanges for the whole entire world, it doesn't matter where you are, all you have to do is deposit crypto and use a VPN. Link in the description, Blofin, just use it, milk the deposits. I think you could put like, if you can pull money together with 50 to 100k, you get extra bonuses. If you can't afford 50 to 100k, obviously, just send over some SOL, send over some ETH, and 3 to 5x leverage your Sol and ETH play. Sol and ETH right now, breaking out, like, it's not going to go down 50%. I'm sorry. I know people like want to be like, yeah, guys, it's not going down 30 to 50%. Trump's been elected. January's coming in. They need to price in the inauguration dates, as I've just spoken about. So you can take 3 to 5x leverages, because if we go down, even if we go down 25%, right, on a 3x leverage trade, you're not getting liquidated. On a 5x leverage trade, you need to be on cross margin or something like that, because you could get margin called, right? But I doubt it's going to happen. And that's the reason why I chose to bet. You don't have to do the same thing, but it's literally what I'm doing live on YouTube, right? Next, we need our midterm plays. So we have our long-term trades, swing trades. We also have like big bags, exposure to each and every ecosystem. You can kind of see the idea of what I'm doing now. You don't have to buy all the same ones. You don't even have to choose to do this, right? This is just providing you the information so you can kind of see my mindset. Next, we have midterm plays. Now, midterm plays, these ones are ones which you don't even have to like buy them right now. You can kind of add them to a watch list, see when they're starting to tick up, and then boom, make an entry. For example, base season. I know when my long-term base bags start to pump, base season will start to take off, right? I know when my long-term Solana bags start to pump off and BTC really starts to rip and everybody on social media starts to scream super cycle is going to take off, right? Autism, same thing. Autism is a culture play. Once all the culture type memes start going off, autism is going to start going off, right? Trump MP3. In my opinion, I think a lot of people literally capitulated on Trump MP3. It's crazy the amount of people that sold at a loss. Ton chain, what can we do? But in my opinion, inauguration date is the 20th, right? This is what people don't understand about Trump memes, is the fact that Trump's not going anywhere. So neither will the Trump meme coins. I've still got exposure to it. And to be honest, guys, I'm just going to buy the dip. I don't really care. Right? Next, we have keep clicking. Just keep clicking. Same type of mindset. Culture meme coin. What do they say in the trenches? They say, just keep clicking. Just keep clicking, right? When it comes to culture, you have to think about phrases. Guys, if you let me know in the comments some phrases, let me know some like phrases that you haven't seen yet. These are the ones which we want to start looking for. Because again, if we have a look here, just keep clicking, $1.2 million market cap, autism, $9 million market cap or whatever, lock-in, $100 million market cap. In my opinion, just keep clicking is a better phrase than lock-in. We all say lock-in, but lock-in is like, yeah, it's broad, it's cool, doesn't really relate. It kind of relates to crypto. Everyone says lock-in, but it's like, it's kind of forced. Clicking is deep in the trenches. Like when you're in the trenches, like just keep clicking, just keep clicking. And I reckon people will just keep clicking this chart. And that's what's going to make it really cool. Like once you start seeing like everybody just bah, 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 it's going to go crazy, right? Next, we have El Gato. El Gato has been a strong one. For some reason, I don't know if this is like a sign or something. El Gato is like, it's saved to like my top search. Anytime I type in Deck Screener, it goes to El Gato. Let me see if I can show you for this one. Yeah, anytime I type in Dex, it goes to Elgato, right? So this one for me, I just took it as like I just took the hint. You know, I look at the chart. The chart looks very, very strong, even for my long-term plays. It reminds me of some type of XPX looking chart. So I just bidded it. I've seen what happens. I don't know too much about it, honestly. In fact, this is Elgato's at least one I know about. But again, 10 months old, chart looks strong. Hopefully it does an SPX, right? I'm just taking that Dex good thing as a sign. Ton season, exactly the same thing. Guys, look how crazy this first run up was. Absolutely ridiculous. Then again, we go sideways because Ton right now has just been dead. The only thing bringing volume right now to Ton is T-Cat, Dogs, Catazan, everything like all these charts of Ton projects are wrecked right now, right? So you have to look at the thing and say, okay, do I have conviction that Tom comes back? Yeah, I genuinely think Tom comes back. You see here from Dogs, ever since launch, has just gone down, right? And everything goes quiet. You know what's so funny about memes? Not Dogs, not Tom, but memes in general, all projects. When the chart goes down, everyone goes quiet. The only one that doesn't go quiet is people like me, because I actually do not care. I think that you have to learn to have conviction and not care about anything. If you want to be a successful investor, don't care about what other people say. Don't care about what other people think. Learn to gather your own conviction and learn to be right. You get paid when you are right and other people are wrong. That's how the market is. I think Ton comes back. I think we still have a Ton season. I think the money flows back into Ton. I think that Tron has another run up. I think that Base has another run up, because you don't understand how crazy this cycle gets when we get full-blown bull market. All of the charts are going to be up. Everything's going to be full sending. People are going to look for new things. They're going to bridge to Ton. They're going to bridge to Tron. They're going to bridge to Base. They don't care. You've already done it. Throughout this cycle, you've probably bridged to 3-4 different chains to buy the next meme coin because the hype's there and people are making money. What do you think it's going to be like when the space is 5 times bigger, when Coinbase is the #1 app, when there's so many nerds, degens, parents, uncles, children, institutions coming onto the chain? Memes on Ton, on Tron, on Base are going to full send, and you want to be in them at these levels, not at all-time high, trying to bridge, scratching your bum, selling all your other Solana meme coins to get involved, right? This is when you want to be on the chain. Now, I think when there is a Ton season will pump. Until there's a Ton season, it's not going to pump. That's how simple it is, right? A lot of people ask me, they're like, oh, Tyrell, do something about the chart. I can't do nothing. We just have to wait, right? Like, ask Ton to go bring a Ton season. When they do, Ton season comes, Ton season pumps. That's how the game works, right? Now, if you notice here, we had the long term. Now you understand. Long-term bags, hold them. Look at the 24-hour, right? The 7 days are ridiculous on these as well. Midterm, you'll see the midterm bags are kind of down right now. This is when you should start to look to bid them, of course, right? Then we have short term. Short term, in my opinion, isn't trading, right? I take swing trades. That's what I'm good at. There's some people that can scalp. I can't scalp. I take the long-term trades. I'll hold them. That's just how the game works, right? I use that to improve my overall portfolio. Very short term, I like to use the trenches. I like to hop into the trenches with a portion of my portfolio. And this is actually how I do it. So let's just say $10,000. Let's say, yeah, I'll do 10K. I'll do 10K because there's some whales now at this stage of the cycle, right? So that's a terrible 10K. Let's say I have 10K, right? 45%, remember, so 4.5K in the midterm bags, right? 25%. So in the long term, 25% in the mid. Okay, so that's 40, 50, 60, 70%, 30%, correct me if my maths is correct, in short term. So in my short term, this will be where I'm looking to actually compound my Sol and my ETH, right? Even my Ton and my Ton. So I made a video a long time ago on this channel. It's somewhere down here. Ton challenge. I think it's on the Ton challenge. Way time ago. And I said, look, guys. Right? Yes, right here. When it comes to crypto, you need to have bankroll management. You need to understand that gambling on pump fund right now, there's over 16,000 tokens launched a day. Only 175% of them made it to Radium, and only 19 of them made it to 69K market cap. That's a 0.12% chance of actually making it off a pump fund, right? So it's gambling. You need to understand about your bankroll management. So when it comes to crypto and when it comes to trading, especially in the trenches, you want to use your money to strictly compound your Solana, ETH, and Tom. So let's say you start off with 10 Sol. You want to finish with 100 Sol, 200 Sol, and multiply that Solana. Don't even stress about the memes. Memes, you only need a moon bag in half these things when you're in the trenches because you have mid and long-term bags anyway. And hopefully some of your moon bags start pumping and then you recognize that and then you transition them to your mid and long-term bags and you start buying more. That's the secret to making money, right? A lot of people, their whole game is inside the trenches and that's how they get wrecked and lose all their Solana. So let's say, okay, you have your Sol, ETH, and Ton. What you want to do is with your Sol and ETH, you want to go to a website called Bullex. Now, Bullex, I'll leave the link for that in the description. In there, you want to look for the newest trends and the newest memes that are very, very early. We're talking hours to days old. You can see on Bullex already, I brought a meme called Lola already. And again, it's already pumping. I actually added a automatic strategy to take profit. It's already taken out profit out of my position. And now I can start leaving a moon bag to see how this whole narrative develops. Because remember, our long-term bags, the ones which do 50, 100x, these ones sometimes take 3 to 6 months. I don't even want to be worrying about my Solana being inside this investment. I want to put it in, get my initial out on the pump, leave a moon bag, move on to the next, and keep doing the same thing to compound more and more Solana, right? Now, to find new memes inside of the trenches, the number one thing I like to use is something called The Trenches. It's a group and community which you can find inside of my Telegram. Link for this is over here. It's in the description. Once you join the Telegram, you can also join a link for The Trenches by clicking the pinned post. Clicking this link over here, it's going to take you to a Telegram bot and it's going to let you into this group. Now, this group is going to lead you onto all of the memes, what you can find. And guys, there's hundreds of memes posted in here every single day. So what I like to do is I will only risk literally 0.5% risk of my overall portfolio to maximum 2% risk of my overall portfolio per trade, get the volume in, make money. Because if we look at the leaderboard over here, this is a statistic of all of the trades in here. You can see the average play right now is 93%. But there's over 105 calls and the hit rate is only 24%. So you have to be very, very risk averse with your money. I'm not here to be a moon boy and say that every single thing called in here is going to go to the moon. No. But people use this. Like, even your biggest callers out there on Twitter, they use scanners. The biggest people in memes, they use scanners and they use alpha bots to find the new meme coins. And then what they do is they'll take one of these coins, for example, right? Oh, shout out Patrick Bet David as well. Art of storytelling. I'm working on it, right? Then they go over to, let's say, Bullex. They'll put the meme inside the Bullex. And then from here, we can actually judge before blind aping any CA, we can actually be intelligent and judge whether this meme is a good investment. We can check out an audit. We can also see that most of the early holders hold most of the percentages over here, which isn't good. We can then go and have a look at early holders and we can see whether early holders are selling or early holders are buying, which ones are, which ones ain't. We can either go and look at the Twitter page instantly inside and see. In my opinion, I don't think this is the best meme to buy, right? It looks a bit dead. There's only 34 members in the group. Early holders, a lot of them have already started selling. Right, if you look at these guys selling. This guy's only bought back, but he bought $96 and he's a top holder. Not really my type of meme, right? I can add it to a watch list, keep an eye on it in case it starts pumping. But in my opinion, I can pass on it, right? Then I can hop back into the group, go on to the next one, go into the next one, and use the information because when it comes to making money every single day, and yes, you can make $100 to $500 every single day with this platform, you use these other points for information. You use it to gather information and take advantage of it, right? So the final thing I want to explain to you is a little bit of mindset. Now you understand how messy this design is, right? My beautiful artwork, right? You understand long-term bags. We have them. Long-term bags expose our portfolio to different narratives. You understand midterm bags. You wait. You don't even have to get the midterm bag straight away. You just keep an eye on the ones which have always pumped when the other ones pump. Then when you see the narrative going, instead of having to scramble and wait for KOLs to show you their bags, you can have a list, get in early. Then your short-term bags, every single day, minimum 3 to 6 hours per day, in my opinion, 24 hours, every single day, why not, in the trenches, right, is your short-term plays inside of bullocks. I want you to change your mindset, right? If you genuinely want to become successful, if you genuinely want to make money and you truly are serious, not these people that are here part-time, you're the person who wants to change your life. Like the person said, right? Like this guy asked, Tyro, we'll meet again, bro. I messaged you back in January last year. You gave me sound advice. I was broke. I worked my ass off for 11 months to stack up. But bro, I'll be honest, I need your advice. I need coins I can ride to at least Q1 2025. There's too much going on in the markets. There's too much noise, right? I need things where I can take risk and make multiple X's. If that is you, I need you to change your mindset and how you judge your investments, right? Each of these things in this pie is 25%. The reality of the markets is half of these is probably going to be rugs, right? That means even me, guardian of the galaxy, genius of the fucking markets, random guy on YouTube, I get rugged too. I lose money. I've invested in the past week and a half in over 200 crypto projects, memes in the trenches. Venture capital, again, over 200 projects. And venture capital means I'm putting a minimum 10K to 100K in some projects, over 250K to 500K in some of these projects. My own money, not counting the money from Interstellar DAO, right? Still, rugs, scams, cheats, the projects don't start. That's just how it works. In the reality of this space, in the reality of this market, 95% of projects will go to zero. 99% of them will lose money in the long term. Reality of business, most businesses fail. If you're an entrepreneur, how many times have you started a side hustle? How many times have you started a business? How many times have you got customers and failed? That's part of it. I also fail. So don't come into this crypto space. Don't look at that past portfolio and think that every single one of them is going to the moon, right? To be honest, most of them won't. But some of them, 25% of them, right, will do well. Decent. 5 to 10x. Honestly, in the meme coin space, 25% of these plays, I actually think that 25% of these ones, and some people can record it, whatever, you can track these for yourself. I think that 5 to 10x, minimum 25% of them will go do 5 to 10x from here. Right? And another 25% of them will do 10x, honestly, to 100x. But the issue is that I see in this space is people come into here with a 5K portfolio, right? And when they come into the 5K portfolio, they're super humble, they make the plays, whatever. Then their portfolio goes up to 100K, right? They're super gassed. I'm a genius. I know exactly what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. And then their portfolio goes down from 100K to 30K. So instead of realizing that they've made 5x on their money, do you know what they do? They get all upset with themselves, sometimes even fucking depressed, and say, oh my God, I've lost 70K, I'm down 70K, I've lost 70K. They never lost 70K. They made 25K. They made more money than they came into this market with. Right? But because they get into this habit of thinking that the money on the screen is real and that they've actually lost money during this time, or they've actually done something wrong, which they haven't, to be honest, they've done something right. They rode it up, they rode it down, whatever. We move on, we stay alive in this game. They end up in a negative cycle and they end up missing out on the 10x's to 100x's because they start trading and start trying to flip this 30K to make 100K. They mess up their long-term bags. They mess up their midterm bags, and then they put all of the money inside of the trenches, lose everything to try and make it all back. Don't let that be you, right? Stay the focus. Plan long term. Think about your long term bags. Join the communities. Have some fucking conviction. Believe in something. And hold long term. Buy more if you can. When you go to work, when you do your 9 to 5, keep DCAing, keep working in. Right? When I had a job, when I had a business, I would do both of these things all day, put all the money into my long-term bags. Sometimes my bags will be down 50, 60% on my long-term. It's okay. I still believe in it. I still keep going. People call me insane. But sometimes, to be successful, you're going to be called crazy. To be successful, you're going to be called different. You just have to decide to believe in something. And it is crazy. It is delusional to invest in something that's 50, 60% down and still believe in it. But look at SPX. 7,400%, guys. It was down 95%. If you believed in it, if you DCA'd into it, you'd be up 74x. You wouldn't even remember those times when you was down 50% and the days were dragging and it was quite depressing. You would have already forgot about it because your bags were up almost 100x, right? Your midterm bags, keep an eye on them. Have your notifications set. Join the trenches. Join the description and just network with other people and say, yo, what do you guys think about this? Yo, what do you guys think? Hey, do you know, what's your state on the ton market right now? Do you think it's going to start pumping? What's your state on the AVAX market? Other people, not just influencers. Other people have more alpha than me inside of my own communities, right? And then the short term. Keep that short term only as 30%. If you are not skilled, if you are not an educated degenerate, which most people aren't, even I ain't, keep it at 30%. Don't let that increase. If you lose everything in the trenches, only bring it back with active income from a 9 to 5, right? Or from a business. Don't sell your long-term bags to come into the trenches. That's how you're going to get wrecked, right? Only increase it with 9 to 5 with active cash flow because it is the most riskiest part of the scene. However, again, you only needed $35 in things like WIF. You only needed $35 in things like SPX, in things like PopCap. These are billion-dollar market caps, soon to be billion for some of the things like lock-in, for example. You don't need a lot of money in a moon bag to make a lot of money on some of these coins. You actually just have to forget about it. If you had more in it, you're probably going to wreck it because you try to trade it. How many times have you took a full investment out of a coin and then watched it moon 20x? That's because you had too much money in it, bro. Okay? So, with that being said, guys, you now understand everything you need to know about the markets. You know how to take leverage positions. Right? Well, not how, it's not tutorial, but you understand it. Right? If you need tutorials, let me know in the comments. But you know about the long-term swing trades to take. You know about the long-term meme coin bags to buy. Look how crazy some of these are up. Doge, 54%, 21%, 61% with real. Right? You know about how to join the trenches, how to trade on Bullex and start making money every single day. Guys, I hope this answered your question. I hope it helps you know all of these things, long-term, short-term. You understand about the narratives, how to be ahead before the narrative, etc. You know, when it comes to things like AI, don't stress about it, right? You're inside the trenches. When AI starts popping off, you'll hear the first about it because you'll be getting scams from all these AI coins that are trending. Someone's going to come in the chat and say, yo, bro, fuck, AI coins are sending right now, and you can get straight into them, right? Anything for either the new narrative, the animals, the nuts, all of these other things. We made 100x on nut, guys, from scanning it inside of the channel. You would not have made that if you was waiting to see if it was trending on Deck Screener or some influencer to speak about on Twitter. Okay? With that being said, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate you. You now understand everything you need to know about long-term, short-term investments. Check out my channel if you want to learn more about how to trade, how to look at meme coins, anything you need to know about the markets. I'm making tutorial videos literally every single day inside of the trenches and outside of the trenches. And I wish you all of the success in this market. I believe in you more than you believe in yourself. I genuinely believe anybody can make money in this market. You only need $100. $1,000 is a luxury. $10,000, you're going to be rich. Don't worry about it. Just stay in this game, survive in this game, and we are all going to make it. I'll see you later on, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Peace.